Welcome to Alaska. We're driving to do some sort of Alaskan version of floating a river.
We're going pack rafting.
Pack rafting. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about it because the water's cold and I'm a little jet lagged, but I like being a little nervous. That means I'm doing the right things in life. Get to doing something that makes you nervous. And I'm having Alaskan salmon for the first time.
It's our motto.
Oh, it's the motto. Welcome to the last frontier, everyone. Feel a bit like a superhero? This is definitely the first time I have had a wetsuit on and hiking boots at the same time. Looks like you actually go inside this thing like it's a kayak. I'm learning right before your eyes that to have this inflatable kayak thing is great for backpacking because you can deflate it, carry it in your pack, and then use it as needed to, as Kim said, access other parts of the wilderness. So clever. People are smart. Like most things, cliff jumping, mountain biking, it's one thing to watch it, it's another thing to actually do it.
Dustin is a vlogger, and I have yet to decide if I want to be in his videos or not.
Can't have your face on camera, at least I have your good audio.
And then we'll put some salmon in, and then we'll put some more onions.
Let's see, you're getting in the game, I like it.
I bet we could scrape it
What
up
is that again?
Just pickling spices.
Just a bag of pickling spices.
Mm-hmm. Now, we be patient.
72 hours, right?
72 hours.
I'm getting my bear, in case we see a bear education. That's bear poo?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But we have a bear horn and a bear spray. If the bear does come at you and starts getting, make sure you fall down, internal organs down, backpack up, so when it's ripping you to shreds, it rips your backpack and back to shreds, not your internal organs. That sounds horrifying. Welcome to my first hike in Alaska. I was so carried away with being at the summit, which is just behind me, that I didn't bring you with me to the summit, but that's okay because, you know, you'll have to bring yourself. Oh, she said it, not me. If you can find it. Pretty steep the entire way, and now I'm dealing with this knee pain, which, but here's the thing. One of my favorite quotes ever is from Yvon Chouinard. Maybe I've said it before. Adventure begins when everything goes wrong. But this knee pain is pretty intense, and I've never experienced it before, but it's, you know, it's all part of the adventure, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace it. And if I hadn't said this already, getting older sucks. Embrace getting older, she says. Facts. And this sunset, I will embrace that. Let's go sailing, hey? It's my favorite metaphor, all things nautical. I'm not exactly sure why that is, as I've only been sailing a few times. Perhaps I'm fascinated with the courage of those early explorers who set sail into the wild blue yonder full of danger, peril, and towering uncertainty. But it's also that prospect of new horizons and great adventure. It seems we're all presented with different crossroads in our life that ask the same question. Will you stay on shore, or will you set sail? In this particular case, I was lucky to get a real taste of sailing from Kim's friend, Captain Kate. This was some real bucket list stuff as we set sail out into Resurrection Bay and the epicness of Alaska's Kenai Fjords. Welcome to Seward, Alaska. This is the captain. Wow, Seward is the mural capital of Alaska. We spent 2 nights on a boat docked right here in the quaint town of Seward. And there were more than murals to delight. There were some unique little gift shops, a local brewery, stunning views everywhere, and as it turns out, there was a fishing competition happening. I'm not really into fishing, but this was cool to see. It was like something out of a movie, and that is one big fish. The wildlife in general was as you might expect, as grand as this Alaskan landscape. These giant jellies were everywhere around the dock, as were plenty of sea otters just mucking about. We'll get more into that animal life in a sec, but I want to give you a little scope and context. Here is Seward, and in our 3 hours of sailing we made it to about here. The upcoming motorized boat trip we would take would go all the way to Ayalik Glacier right here. It was an all-day journey through the fog and mist of summer's end. and the Kenai Fjords didn't disappoint. To balance out the frustration of my knee issue, I was met with a complete marine life experience. Gulls and seals, these quirky little creatures called puffins. And of course the main event, humpback whales in playful glory. But the most fortuitous and rare was seeing a super pod of killer whales, like 50 of them. A few came right up to the boat, too. Finally, we arrived at the Ayalik Glacier, one of over 30 glaciers existing in the 1,100 square mile Harding ice field that covers 51% of Kenai Fijords National Park. They say it's where mountains, ocean, and ice meet, but you might as well add fire, because right around the corner is where Alaska's abundant volcanic activity begins. Oh, and there's one of those sea otters. Let's just say Alaska is nature on steroids. I've been biking around instead of hiking around because of my knee. It's a bummer that I'm only going to be able to do the one hike that you saw. But you roll with the punches, I guess. I'm actually wearing a helmet. I feel like a total goon in this helmet. But here in the land of bears and Alaskans, wearing a helmet is the thing to do. Okay, vegan moment for all of you, my vegan people out there. It's called Turon, I guess. It's got banana and jackfruit, my new favorite, jackfruit. It's pretty good. Okay, so the outcome of the pickled salmon, which 5 days ago I didn't even know was a thing. It is.
It's pretty good.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm in Wasilla, driving north from Anchorage to Talkeetna, and I am about 10 minutes from my first stop before I get to Talkeetna, which is a giant ice cream cone. There it is, the giant ice cream cone. I actually thought it was going to be more giant, but I'm from Texas. Which, you know, everything's bigger in Texas, right? The mountains are definitely not bigger in Texas, but maybe the ice cream cones. I can confirm that ice cream in the morning is kind of weird. I am 38 minutes, according to Google, away. I passed monster trucks of fireworks, big, huge fireworks station. Kim mentioned this morning that Alaska is the capital of little coffee shacks. I've seen several of them, like that right there. Oh man, I just realized I got ice cream on my shirt. As I start to pull close to Talkeetna, nothing but blue skies I see. Yes, I have heard from everyone that Denali has its own weather system, and therefore even with blue skies you may not see its peak. But I think we might have a great day here for flying. I think we might. Welcome to Talkeetna. Welcome to the highest peak in North America. To add to my streak of luck, I got a perfect day for flying that beast there in the backdrop. Denali, though always named as such by locals and natives, was only officially instituted in 2015. The word itself relates to an indigenous word for high and is sometimes translated as Great One. There's also a tribe from the Talkeetna area with a similar name, which remarkably has linguistic connections to a Navajo tribe over 3,000 miles away in southwest U.S. What? When it comes to Denali's height, at 20,310 feet, it doesn't even get close to the top 100 peaks on Earth. However, it is the tallest landlocked mountain on the planet. Figure that one out. So I'm just kind of walking into the wilderness, sort of. So I'm supposed to go over this railroad thing. I wonder, will I run into bears? I always feel this inclination to touch the earth, as you can see, or touch the water. What is this jungly thing that we're walking into? This is a plant that's around here a lot. And I feel like now I'm lost in the jungle. This day was perfect, and if it wasn't for that knee injury, I probably wouldn't have even come this way. Take the good with the bad, right?
Something like that.
It's 8:30 and you have that feeling like, oh, day's almost over. But no, there are still 2.5 more hours of daylight. It was time to head back to Anchorage, but not before trying the local favorite spinach bread and even sharing a glass of champagne with the owner. Well played, Talkeetna. I don't know if you can see Denali out the back, here as the sun finally, maybe kind of sort of is setting here at 10:45. Denali chasing me all the way back to Anchorage, and I love it. That is the bear spray I've been talking about. This is called portaging. This is a new thing in the life of me, where you go from lake to lake and walk in between. More new things in Alaska. Portage!
You'll probably see my face in the background.
Alaska was full of new experiences. Pack rafting, pickled salmon, hikes with absurd elevation gains, whales in fjords, glacier landings, and this, what I guess I'd call canoe hiking. It was an adventure made possible by the kindness of an old friend, a fundamental aspect of this nomadic life of exploration I've embraced. Thanks, Kim. As I look back on my time in this last frontier, I feel a sense of awe at the overwhelming majesty always whispering in my ear. Set sail.